Everyone, welcome back to Shruti IS. This is video 4 of direct sources of each question asked from polity, specifically from Lakshmikant book, which is our main source of preparation. Those of you who are new here, you will find marked chapters and page number wise questions along with the screenshots attached. This is a video for 2008 paper. Uh, Here is a screenshot of my Lakshmikant book. You can mark it like this in your book and just write the question number and the year of the paper. Now, starting with the first question, the topic is flags. Question number one: what is the number of spokes in the Dharm Chakra in the national flag of India? Now, this question's answer you can find in Appendix 6, Flag Code of India, page number 731. This is a pretty easy question. You can see here in the last line the design of Ashok Chakra in navy blue and color with 24 equally spaced spokes. We didn't even need this book for this answer, but here it is. Question number two. The topic is high courts. How many high courts in India have jurisdiction over more than one state? This particular answer can be found in chapter 34, High Courts, page number 353. At present, there are 25 high courts in the country. Out of them, only 3 high courts have jurisdiction over more than one state, which becomes our answer. Point number B. So the 2008 paper has very short questions, so it's not going to be as deep as the other papers that we have done. Moving ahead to question number 3, the topic is vice president. These types of questions are not really asked in UPSC anymore, but still let us do that. Which among the following have held the office of vice president of India? To look for the answer, we can go to Appendix 7, page number 740. Here a list of vice presidents of India is given. Now in point number 6 are Justice Muhammad Yadutola. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. And point number 8, Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma. So in the list, only 2 names are given. Even if you don't know all the names, you can at least remember the ones which have been asked in UPSC already. So here, option number 1 and option number 4 are correct, which gives our answer as B, 1 and 4 only. Moving ahead to question number 4, union and its territories. Now this particular answer can be, okay, so the question is which was the capital of Andhra state when it was made a separate state in the year 1953. This particular answer can be found in chapter number 6, Union and Territories, page number 56. Under the subheading Telangana, paragraph 2, we can see that the Andhra state Act 1953 formed the first linguistic state of India known as Andhra by taking out the Telugu speaking areas from the state of Madras, which is now Tamil Nadu. Kurnool was the capital of Andhra state and the state high court was established at Guntur. So our answer becomes B, Kurnool. Coming to question number 5, the topic is Chief Justices of India. Now again, this can just be found in the Appendix 7, page number 741. The list of Chief Justices of India is given. As we can see that Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer is not in the list, and see, I understand that we can't remember it like this, but this also gets covered in a post-independent history. So whenever we're reading it from there, we'll know that he was not the Chief Justice of India. So point number 1 becomes incorrect. Point number 2, Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer is considered as one of the progenitors of public interest litigation in the Indian judicial system. This particular answer can be found in chapter 29, public interest litigation, page number 309. Here it is given in the 3rd paragraph in the introduction only that PIL was introduced in early 1980s by Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer and Justice P.N. Bhagwati, and they were the pioneers of the concept of PIL. So our point number 2 becomes correct. So our answer is B2 only. Coming to question number 6, topic is languages. Here the question is under which of the following constitutional amendment acts 4 languages were added to the under the 8th schedule of the Constitution of India, thereby raising the number to 22. Now, this particular question, the answer can be found in chapter 73, Official Languages, page number 542. Under Development of Hindi Language, second paragraph, we can check this answer. See the last line here. The 71st Amendment is given, and then Bodo, Dongri, Maithili, Santhali were added by the 92nd Amendment Act of 2003. So the answer becomes C, Constitutional 92nd Amendment Act. It can also be found in Appendix 4, given on page 7 to 724, which are constitutional amendments at a glance. Um, Now, this particular question also gives us an answer to the 2024 prelim. So, this year, a question was asked about which particular languages were added by the 71st Amendment Act of 1992. So, let's say if we would have done this 2008 question and read this paragraph, we would have been able to solve the 2024 papers question. Uh, so, okay, so Konkani, Manipuri, and Nepali were added by the 71st Constitutional Amendment Act of 1992, which is the answer for the 2024 paper. We'll get to it when we get to the 2024 paper. Okay, so moving ahead to question number 7, the topic is state legislature. Point number 1, let's read the point. The Legislative Assembly of each state consists of not more than 450 members chosen by direct election from territorial constituencies in the state. Point number 2, a person shall not be qualified to be chosen to fill a seat in the state legislative assembly of a state if she is less than 25 years of age. Now for point number 1, we come to chapter 33, state legislature in Lakshmikant, page number 335. Under composition of assembly, which we can see here, the maximum strength is fixed at 500 and minimum strength is at 60. So basically this makes our first statement incorrect. 450 is not the number. The maximum strength is 500. We read this, you can read this paragraph from the book, like it's given that there are some special cases of Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim and Goa where the minimum number is fixed at 30. And coming to point number 2, same chapter, page number 337. Under qualifications, for legislative assemblies, the minimum age is 25 and for legislative councils is 30. So this makes our point number 2 correct and answer becomes B2 only. Coming to question number 8, which is about DPSPs and fundamental rights. Point number 1, let's read the question. Which of the following are included in the DP, Directive Principles of State Policy? 1, prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor. 2, prohibition of consumption except for medicinal purposes of intoxicating drinks and of other drugs which are injurious to health. Now here it is asked which of the statements given are correct. Okay, for first point we can check chapter 8, fundamental rights, page number 93. Now under right against exploitation, Article 23 talks about prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor. So this makes our first statement incorrect because it's a fundamental right, not a DPSP. For point number 2, we can check chapter 9, DPSP, page number 110. Under Gandhian principles, point number 5. It's given word by word, prohibition of consumption of intoxicating drinks and drugs which are injurious to health is Article 47, which is a DPSP. So point number 2 is correct. Our answer becomes B2 only. Coming to question number 9, I think I've forgotten to write the topic here, but this is about the schedules of the Constitution. The question is, which schedule of the Constitution of India contains special provisions for the administration and control of scheduled areas in several states? For this, we can come to chapter 4, salient features of the Constitution, page number 40. The list of all the schedules is given. We can see in the 5th schedule, provisions related to the administration and control of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes is given. So our answer becomes B, 5th. Coming to question number 10, this particular question is not necessarily given in Lakshmikant. Let's just do it for future references. Department of Border Management is a department of which one of the following union ministries? The answer is Ministry of Home Affairs. Coming to question number 11, the topic is second ARC. Now here the question is, for which one of the following reforms was a commission set up under the chairmanship of Virappa Moli by the Government of India? This answer can be found in chapter 82, page number 582 under electoral reforms. Point number 10, Second Administrative Reforms Commission of India was headed by Virappa Moli and it was formed in 2005. Uh, which basically makes her answer as D. This particular commission is related to administrative reforms. Now, this second ARC is very important for our center and state relations. It is a report on organizational structure of the government of India. I think this is more or less it. There were only 11 questions in 2008 paper. Starting from 2009 paper, we are going to be looking at very detailed polity questions. So the next 15-16 years are going to be very important. Thank you so much for watching this video, and do let me know if I made a mistake or if there are any doubts regarding anything. Thank you.